Have you ever wondered how society transitioned from medieval superstitions to a world driven by reason and logic? This transformation didn't happen overnight. It was the fruit of a revolutionary era known as the Enlightenment, which spanned the late 17th to 18th century. This period was a veritable crusade against the dominion of blind faith, led by the sharpest minds of the time. A time when philosophers like Voltaire, Locke, and Rousseau questioned the status quo, seeking truth not in divine revelation, but in human reason and empirical evidence. They paved the way for a societal shift from the supernatural to the natural, from faith to facts. Their ideas ignited a spark that changed the face of society, politics, and science. The Enlightenment was a period of intellectual awakening, where the value of individual thought and reason began to outshine the dim light of superstition and dogma. This was the dawn of a new era, where the power of the human mind began to outshine the shadow of blind faith. But who were the pioneers who illuminated the path towards enlightenment? On this journey, we encounter some of history's most influential thinkers. John Locke, often considered the father of liberalism, believed in the fundamental rights of life, liberty, and property. His ideas would later inspire revolutions and shape democratic societies. Then we have Voltaire, a man of letters, who championed the freedom of speech and religion. He used his sharp wit to criticize intolerance and religious dogma, sowing the seeds of secularism. And who can forget Immanuel Kant? He urged us to dare to know, to use our own understanding without guidance from others. His philosophy of personal freedom and moral autonomy has influenced countless generations. They introduced revolutionary concepts: individual liberty, freedom of speech, the separation of church and state. These ideas challenged the existing norms, sparking a radical shift in human thought. These were the torchbearers, the thinkers who dared to challenge the status quo and lead humanity towards a new dawn of reason. So, how did this age of reason and logic affect society and the world at large? The impact of the Enlightenment was far-reaching, permeating various facets of society. Politics and governance, for instance, underwent a seismic shift. The Enlightenment ideals of liberty, progress, and the separation of powers inspired the American and French revolutions, laying the foundation for modern democracies. Education, too, was forever changed. Emphasis was placed on reason and empirical evidence, fostering an environment where questioning and critical thinking were encouraged. In the realm of science, the Enlightenment sparked a revolution. It propelled a shift from religious and superstitious explanations to scientific and rational ones. And in culture, the Enlightenment led to a decline in the power of the Church, making way for secular thought and fostering tolerance for diverse beliefs. The Enlightenment was not just a period in history, but a transformation that redefined the course of humanity. So, what remains of the Enlightenment in the world today? The echo of the Enlightenment continues to reverberate through the corridors of time, shaping the world as we know it. Its principles, once revolutionary, have become the bedrock of modern society. It's in the democratic governance that we value, where power rests not in the hands of a few, but in the collective will of the people. It's in the human rights that we defend, recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of every individual. The Enlightenment's legacy also thrives in the realm of scientific progress. Its spirit of inquiry and skepticism fuels our relentless pursuit of knowledge and truth. And then there's secularism, a principle that ensures every person's right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. Indeed, the Enlightenment's influence is not confined to history books or museums. Its enduring legacy is alive, shaping our lives and societies. The Enlightenment era may have ended centuries ago, but its light continues to guide us even today.